Welcome to Boca Soul, featuring Calypso. Brought to you by the Calypso Shah Spiritual Center in Boca Raton. Specializing in past lives readings, astrology, plus energy healing, event planning, and more. Calypso Spiritual Center, where you discover the beauty of your soul. Call 561-808-9180 to make your appointment. And now, here's today's Boca Soul.
Thank you for joining us. This is the Calypso Show. We're here with Calypso. If for any questions regarding the content you hear in this episode, or if you would like to make a reading or session with Calypso, call 561-808-9108.
Hello, welcome to Calypso Show. I'm very happy to be here and to answer all kind of questions about past lifetime, something that I love so much, and everybody that knows me know that I love it. So welcome, and I have with me Lior.
Hello.
And Lior will ask some questions.
Okay. Well, first question that many people will probably ask, what is a past life?
Well, past life is actually life that you lived before, right? This life is a life from birth to death. Past is the one that you lived before. Okay?
Okay. So that's the concept of reincarnation.
Exactly. Reincarnating.
Okay. And why do we reincarnate?
Well, that's a good question. Our spirit is eternity, right?
Why?
Okay. So the spirit doesn't like to be bored. The spirit wants to experience things and see things and do things, mistakes, not mistakes, doesn't matter. So the spirit make decision with angels, teachers, etc. to come to adventure. It's like adventure. It's decide, well, let's go and play. Okay? And obviously there is a reason behind every decision. Like every time that you make a decision to come to reincarnate, you have all kind of facts about your spirit and what you want to do that you choose. So.
Okay. So how many times can a person reincarnate?
Well, a spirit, you mean?
Yes, a spirit.
Yeah. Okay. So if the spirit has eternity, so the spirit can reincarnate in any planet, any place. You can't even count it, right?
Right.
But if the spirit wants to come to this planet, it's not 5 times, it's not 80 times, but it's not million times, right? Okay?
Okay. How long is it in between lives? Like from the time a person dies to the next time they reincarnate?
That's a very, very good question. Okay, this depends on what the spirit wants to do or needs to do. So the spirit can reincarnate actually 1 month after. Many times we are in a family, somebody die, and then somebody in the family get pregnant immediately after. And that's usually the spirit coming back. It could be hundreds of years if the spirit is waiting for something. Or doing spiritual work, because sometimes the spirit needs some time in the spiritual world to do its job, and it needs this time. Sometimes the spirit think, well, I was Cleopatra, just talking, and now the next time I want to experience will be like 200 years after, right? Or I want to be in the time where the 2000,
They want to see the future.
see the future.
Sure.
So it depends, but it varies between days to 100 years even.
Hundreds of years. Okay.
Okay.
So why don't we remember our past lives?
Excellent question. All of your questions are so good. I'm sorry. Okay. First of all, kids remember past lifetimes. They do, and we found out in different cultures where they acknowledge reincarnation, that kids talk, and the parents acknowledge it, and they see that they remember past lifetime. But so it's First, because people don't acknowledge it, so people stop talking about it, and then obviously they don't remember. Secondly, there is a part where we need to do our work and be serious about it, not just, oh, who cares, I'm just playing the game. I'm not poor, I'm just playing poor. You need to be authentic, like live the life and think that this is your life. So there is a way where you cannot remember everything, okay? You're going into the game of this life seriously, and this is how it become authentic, okay?
Deja vu, is that us seeing things that we went through in a past life, an area, a smell, a person? That deja vu feeling like you've been there before, why does that happen?
Deja vu is two things. First, yes, could be something that you lived before in past lifetime, or even when you were a child. And it could be you seeing the future, because we have the ability to go through time. We don't always acknowledge it. When I see something about somebody past, future or past, I'm basically moving through time. It's not just going into information place, but I'm moving through time for this moment that I get this information. I think a lot of things about deja vu is you basically seeing the future. You saw it, you come back, you don't even remember so much, but then when you are in this situation, you're out, feels comfortable, or feels, I did it before. Make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay.
So, next question. Does a person always reincarnate into the same country? Like, say they were one life in Japan. Would they come back to Japan every time they reincarnate?
No. Sometimes spirit will choose to come back a lot into the same country. There is a connection, there is work to do there, but actually we go from place to place. Our spirit lived in all the places in the world, in all the religions, in all, there is a point to learn other things. So, but I know that many of us is a place where we feel much more connected. For you, it's Japan, right? You feel very connected, like you would prefer to go and live there right now, right?
Yeah, personally, I like Japan.
Yeah, and for me, it's Ireland, like Europe. I'll give anything to go and just live there. I feel connected to everything there, and I never was there. So there's no even a physical explanation. But yeah, that's the good answer.
Okay. Along the same line, does a person reincarnate into the same gender?
No. And we reincarnate in different genders, and there is a curve of learning, right? So let's say the spirit is both. But when the spirit come to the world, the spirit start reincarnating as a male, learning all kind of things. Then the spirit wants to learn the other side. Many times there is a point, let's say as a male you are not nice to women, you are mean to them, or you don't understand them. So then when you leave your body, you're like, need to learn the other side. It's not punishment precisely, it's a learning curve. Learning, you say not curve, learning. So then you come to be a woman, then you live your life as a woman, then you start thinking, well, all men are bad, blah, blah, blah. Then you have to come back and be a man. So we switch from gender to gender, basically to learn something and to learn. I think that today, this is my personal thing, I think most men are female spirits and more female are male spirit. So we came to a place where we want to learn how to put both of them and appreciate both of them and learn about how to be whole.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
Right.
So here's a question. If a soul was a man in many lives, would they have a lot of trouble being a woman in a life? Probably.
It will be a little bit hard because you have this energy and understanding of being a male, and you need to now learn how to deal with a female. I've found out that many times when men reincarnate as a woman, they feel that they have to look very sexy. This is the conception how they think a woman needs to be. So they try really very much to be very sexy, and they try to do all kind of things like what they think female need to do, and then life is like in their face. Well, no, that's not it. And the opposite could be the same, you know.
Right.
Today I see many women that are male thing that are very tough, but they're prone to show their emotions. They can't cry easily. They think that it's, you know, they want a career, they're on, and then life pushed them to adjust. They have to adjust to be a woman, and like you see how they get polished more and more through time, and then they can put both of them together.
Right.
Makes sense what I'm saying?
Of course.
Good.
Of course.
Okay.
So the lines between the genders sort of blend.
Right, and this is, you know, we know that there are a lot of gay and lesbian today in the world, and this is what happened. Many of them they have difficulty to adjust to the change of their body. Okay, but in the same time, it is planned, because we know already that genetically there is something different about them. So this is another topic, another day, but
Okay.
just mentioning.
On a completely different note,
Yes.
moving on, can a person reincarnate into an animal?
Yes, definitely. People reincarnate into all kind of things. Actually, I don't know. Actually, you can reincarnate into object,
An object?
an object,
Like what?
like stone,
A stone, okay.
something. I mean, the spirit can go into many things for the lesson. Usually, according to the Kabbalah, when you go into object is because you did a lot of things that are not right, and you need to stop for a while and just observe. You cannot do anything as object, right?
So
The table cannot start, say, well, I'm tired, or like, I want to drink. Right?
So it's like solitary confinement for a spirit.
Right. When you reincarnate into animals, actually, it's interesting, because in a way you can't talk and you can't do a lot of things, but in the same time, you do exactly what you need to do. Because animals don't question. A cow doesn't wake up in the morning and say, well, I choose today to be a turkey, you know. I want to be a bird. I want to fly, you know, like animals, they do exactly what they need to do. Rarely, I mean, today you can see more and more pets, and this is answering to another question, that today most pets are actually reincarnation of people. Okay? So you can see so many things. I see videos, a million of them, about animals doing human stuff. You know, I saw the other day a dog playing a piano and sing. Obviously, it's trying to sing, but it's right.
Not really working. So.
But it's like you think, wow, how they got smart, because there are spirits of human into the animals, so into the pets, mostly pets. I'm not saying about wild animals, but mostly pets.
Okay.
So this is, yes, and it's another lesson. One of the reasons why people reincarnate into animals, I saw one of them is people feel that animals have better life. So many people say, I wish I could be a dog or cat or whatever. The other thing is, if they were mean to animals, this is a place where they need to be on this side and feel it and understand it. No punishment, again, I don't even use this word. And you know, there are all kind of choices, but I think it brings you to another level of spirituality when you are animals. So, yeah. Okay.
So moving on from what we can reincarnate into, why do we need to know about our past lives besides being curious?
Okay. Very, very good one. Okay. Why you want to know about your life when you were a child, right?
Right.
So there is a need to connect to something that you were before. This is one. Many times by remembering the past, you get information that explains to you what you are now, what you're not, why you're doing things, okay? So if it's a child, and this is example of a woman. So she was a child, this woman, and she was in an apartment, and a thief broke into the apartment, scared them to death, didn't do nothing to her and her brothers, but she got scared to death. Okay, because of the trauma and probably nobody talked about it, she forgot. She grew up. She's grown up. She's a mother, and she is scared to walk in her own living room, and she has no clue why. She is scared. So she went to a therapist, and the therapist put her in meditation state, and then she, through the meditation, remember what happened to her.
Right.
And now she understood why she's scared. So she's not scared anymore because now she's grown up. She understood that this event was very scary as a child, but it's over. So she got better. So the same thing is about past lifetime. There are many things that happen in past lifetime that we basically affected us, and we carry it with us, and we don't know why, so we're still feeling scared, or we can move with our life.
Okay, thank you. So right now we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. Thank you.
Do you feel like your love life is a broken record? I believe the issues lovers have in relationships are the result of past life experiences. Together we will journey into your past to bring the power of love and trust back into your present. Join me for a past life reading and discover the healing power within you. Unlock the secrets of your soul at the Calypso Shah Spiritual Center. Call us to book an appointment today at 561-808-9108.
Emotional hoarding is a serious issue. Your body, mind, and soul need to be cleared from previous traumas in order to make room for happiness. If you are feeling lost, stuck, or confused, you could be experiencing a past life blockage that must be cleared. Calypso's intuitive abilities as a medium releases all baggage stemming from your past. Don't let another day hold you from happiness. Why haven't you called yet? Call today. 561-808-9108. Life contains all the natural elements of earth, wind, light, water, combined with the inner soul we all have. By bringing light to your past lives, you can improve and enhance your present and future. Introducing Calypso Shah, a spiritual healer who will help you overcome personal fears, addictions, and blockages by discovering the cause of them from past life traumatic events.
I am here to help you to find the origin of your problems from past lifetime that are affecting this lifetime. If you start working on things that are really big obstacles, let's say you can't succeed in life, you can't succeed in relationship, you're scared from different things, doesn't matter what. You work on it. If you remember what happened in past lifetimes, because it's accumulation, you can go like what I talk about this woman, that she had this event in this lifetime and that traumatized her and made her suffer. You can remember it. And then you say, well, it happened then, now it didn't happen, it's not something that I need to acknowledge, I don't need to go with it anymore, I can change it. So this is how you can start changing your life. And I saw when I was channeling to people, I saw how people change, because suddenly it was like, oh, this is what it is. Okay?
So if we're picking, are we picking the choices, the paths that we want to take so that we can learn more about what it is that we are seeking information on?
You say the past, if you choose the past.
Are we the ones selecting the path to take because of what we learned in the past?
Okay, I see it as everybody has angels and teachers and guides. Some of them are the spirits that are spirits. Some of them are people that passed, that are connected to you, that come to help you. But they help me to understand from all the million things that you had in past lifetime, which one of them you need to know today. So this is one of the ways how I operate.
So it's a constant learning experience?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. First of all, there's so much to learn. You can't learn in one lifetime everything.
Correct.
But let's say that you have issues with work. You start work and always it goes away, you can earn money, whatever. Different things happen. And you struggle with it. Then you start this work and it goes again, it doesn't work very well, etc., etc. There is issues, specific issues that you carry. So then, when you come to me, my guides, your guides, will bring past lifetime that you need to know that affect you now. So now you can come and ask, you can say, well, what is very important for me is to find a girlfriend. And the universe, God, etc., all the ones that are guiding us will say, well, you know what, you can't find a girlfriend because you fear intimacy. You know. So whenever you come close to a person, you're doing everything to sabotage it. So our spirituality too, we have our higher self that is involved in all these decisions, but it's not like many times you by yourself don't know what you need to know. You think that the obstacle is one thing and the obstacle is something else. Make sense?
Yes. So you're learning what the definition of an obstacle probably is. You're learning a definition of something you're seeking.
Exactly.
And is it one lesson per lifetime, and then you, once that's been done, you move on? What if you never learn the lesson? Then what happens?
That's an excellent question. First of all, there are so many lessons. There is a main lesson for everybody, something that is very big and very obvious. And there are many, many lessons. Every day is a lesson. Every day is a class. Every event, like we talked before, if you fail, people call it fail. If something goes wrong according to what your expectation, it's part of learning. Leo asked me, well, what happens if you do nothing all lifetime? It's another lesson, how to be quiet, how not to do anything, right? So there are a lot of lessons that you have through your life. There is a main one and the one that you need to try to work. What happens if you don't do it? That's a lesson too. You may go through all lifetime doing nothing about certain lesson. Then you have to come back. And this is why people have so many past lifetimes, because you have to come over and over again. Let's say I needed to work on being a victim. I was a victim and I wanted to work on it. I need to come and be a victim so I can solve it, right? I will solve it if I'm not a victim. I come next lifetime, I'm a victim. Now I have to solve it, I can't do it. Maybe because of society, parents, I'm weak, I can't deal with it. I'm coming again. So I leave my body, now I have to come back, and I want to come back and solve it. And it could go like this for hundreds of times. That's why when you see somebody with a very strong victim thing, or failure in work, or all kinds of things like this, you know that they repeat it many lifetimes. The spirit is very strong, so the spirit will not be affected so badly if it won't happen many, many lifetimes. Eventually the spirit will fix it. The question how many times it needs to go through. Now what happened in the world, because of the way our society is and the way our people were so prejudiced and so confused about things, that for example the victim thing was something that many times even if you wanted to change it, you couldn't. So there are countries where women are still victims. Women has no rights. Just by definition, they have no rights. So if you come to this kind of country, it will be very hard for you to break the spell, right? So it can go for a long time, but eventually you will fix it. The good thing is whenever you start working on things and you're aware that you need to work on things, this is a good start. And if you want to change everything in one lifetime and fix everything in one lifetime, you can't. But you can do a lot of things by just being aware. Makes sense to you?
Excellent.
On the topic of the victim, what exactly is a victim mentality like you're talking about?
Wow, that's a good question. What is a victim mentality? Person that think that is not powerless, right? Powerless. Person that feel that he has no power, that things happen to this person. People are doing to them something. And I know very well different people that doesn't matter what happened, they always see it with the glasses of victim. So It could be the person sell them something in the store, like they go to the supermarket, they buy something, and the cashier is not careful with doing, whatever she's doing there. And the person said, yes, it's always happening to me. These people that are careless, they don't care about me, they don't appreciate me. And it can go on and on and on. When you have this mentality, every little thing is with this color of like somebody is hurting me or want to hurt me or doesn't care about me. Okay? So it can be from the most silly things in the world to the most complicated things in the world. And obviously when you have mentality, and not only victim mentality. This is good, very, very good question, because so many people suffer from it. When you have this mentality, when you see the world through the eyes of a woman that is not appreciated by men that women don't appreciate them, work problem, etc., you always will find something will match to it. Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I have somebody that I know very well, that this person was telling me, like all the women in this country, they just want you to be rich, they don't understand you, blah, 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 like, sorry about the blah, blah, blah. And I said, look, this is what you're attracting right now. Change the way you see it. Just change it and start saying, like, what do you want? Say, what do you want? Do you want somebody that will reject you? You want somebody that will love you and you'll be happy with? And I'm very glad to say that this person did the work. Maybe even it's not conscious work, but he found a woman that is so, so divine. It's just perfect for him. So this is how we do different things. Okay. Next.
Seeing the world through the eyes of the victim, the opposite of that. As a child, a person was told, you see the world through rose-colored glasses. And there was a teacher that corrected this person cruelly, very cruel, in a very cruel manner. And the mother spoke up and said, don't crush her spirit. I won't allow you to crush her spirit. Mm-hmm. And was always there as her guardian, her defender. Is that a literal or a figurative saying, don't crush her spirit? Is that possible?
Well, crushing, you can't really crush the spirit because the spirit is so strong, but you can affect the spirit for the moment. Because the spirit can recover after all. It doesn't matter how long. The spirit chooses to feel crushed, to be affected for a moment because of the mentality. So every day when you sleep, your spirit goes to the spiritual world and get more instructions. Every night, every time you sleep, you go and get more instruction, and you review what you're doing. So many times people say, they wake up and like, oh my God, I have new ideas, I have something else, I am changing, I see something else. It's when you made a decision to change. When you have this feeling, when you are not strong, when you're not settled inside you and you're affected by people, somebody can say to you, well, you're wonderful, and you like feel, woohoo, I'm wonderful, and someone say, you're stupid, and you like feel stupid. When you're in a place when you know, when you relax, when you understand what is going on, people can say whatever they want. You will just choose what you want to choose. But the child is very fragile because the child is trying to adjust and learn the world through grown-up eyes. So obviously if your mother is telling you that you're smart and you're beautiful, you adjust to this, you believe in it. Teachers have a lot of power. Sadly enough, there are many teachers that don't do the right thing, or have a certain mentality, they think that you need to be tough with the child so he will be a strong person. I think that in the end of it, it's important that you have parents that will support you, because teachers, you can have 10 teachers. One is good. I had a teacher that destroyed all my, no, he did not, I correct, he did not destroy my sense of working with math. He did a lot of damage because he was not a very good teacher, and when I decided to recover, I worked on it and I'm recovering. But it's very important, and this is something I want, my thing is not just to bring all these ideas, but to teach people. I want people to understand that words are very important. Okay, words turn into thoughts, thought into action. So it's very important. So to answer you, yes, it's possible, but it's very important that then this mother will say 1,000 times more, you know, something positive. For example, with Lior, when he was baby, he was born at home. So when he was 3, we had to take him to a doctor to do all this tests and all the things, you know. And they took blood from his foot. The nurse who did it was not doing it right, and she was pressing his foot, and he was screaming. It was really traumatic. And then I had to do it again because she didn't do it right. So for years, I used to touch his foot. I just like touch it nicely. When I was holding on to him, I would touch his foot and just nicely, just almost like I did mental things. I need to reverse this trauma that he had because it just was born, like, okay?
That wasn't 3, I was a month old.
No. You were 3 days.
3 days old. Oh.
3 days old. You were 3 days old, and I had to take you because obviously when you're in hospital, they take your blood, they do all kind of things. They missed doing it because you were born at home, so they wanted to do it
I'm
anyway.
glad that I can remember.
Yeah, okay.
I have a question. Calypso, you have the ability to point out and help people see things that have occurred in their past lives.
Right.
Something that not everyone has that vision. We all have the ability because as a teacher, I understand that you teach people how to be in touch with that.
Right.
But my question to you is, you know, I've been on this planet over 50 years. And the first 50 years, I know that I've made a ton of mistakes. I've done some good things, I've done some bad things. And since I've met you, I've begun to get in touch with things that have happened in my past, personally.
Okay.
To try to learn from things in the first 50 years of my life that I didn't accomplish. So it's I guess the question is, it's never too late to learn from your past, to learn and stop making mistakes so that your life can be fulfilled in a better way for its future?
Of course. Okay, there we say in Judaism, if the worst person in the world, mass killer, who knows, you know, like the worst person in the world, is the horrible things last few minutes of his life, if he is he is repenting, right? Repenting
Yes, true.
from all his heart. We're not talking just, well, I feel sorry. Like there is a strong thing in the spirit that feels sorry, and he's sorry, and God knows that he's sorry. He goes to heaven. That's according to Judaism. The idea is that you can change in every moment of your life. You can change your life. You can change things. You can. The thing about like, well, if you did mistake, you are doomed forever is not part of my belief. It's not part of Judaism as well. That I'm Jewish, obviously, so it's like part of it, but it's mostly not part of spirituality. And the mistakes, what we call mistakes, are usually just a way for you to learn through something that you're doing didn't work for you. Then so you did horrible things, whatever it is that you did. This was the place where you were, and your understanding, and your beliefs, and this is where you were. You didn't do it. You were not like aware and purposely did bad things, whatever it is. You were at this place where you thought that this is the right thing to do. So when you come to a point when you feel, wow, I don't want to do it anymore, it doesn't work for me anymore, you're going into another level. Okay? So now you're here. So you were here, now you're here. It doesn't mean that if you were down, if you were here, you were lower in a way, but you're here. This is your understanding. If you think all day long just out to kill people and hurt people, it comes from a level of understanding. So when you go to here and you feel like now I don't want to do it, you're here. And you can go as far that you want, and you feel and you're capable in this lifetime all the way till the last day. If you live 100 years, you can learn something and change something in your spirit in the last day of your life. Dying is a learning thing. You know, you learn something when you die in this way, that way, that way, and the spirit chooses to die different ways. Makes sense? Did I answer?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so whatever you did up to now, it was something the spirit needed to go through to understand something. Now you are going into a change. You're changing, you want to learn something else. So your spirit is like, okay, now you want to learn this? Let's open the door for this. And, you know, many people are saying to me, well, I'm too old to learn. I'm too old to change. I don't believe in it. There's no too old. Okay, it doesn't matter what the time. You can go to college when you're 82. If you want to.
You can always be learning.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. If you choose to be old when you're 40 and wait for death, it's whatever, it's your choice. It's not something bad. It's just a choice.
Well, with so many things going on, you know, bringing it now from the past to the present, so many things going on right now with the whole world being so upside down. I mean, there's just so many bad things going on from head to toe all around us. And is this by choice? Is this a plan? Is this, I mean, how do you incorporate all of what's going on today? Is it what happened in another era, World War II, World War I? I mean, what's going on?
Well, first of all, every person is karma. Every country is karma. Every place is karma. And every time of the history has its own karma. Okay? So, and everything that happened is something that is part of a plan. Yes, it's a part of the plan, Because you see, for example, I'm saying to people, I know many people maybe will get upset with me. The Holocaust was necessary so Israel will become a country, so Jewish people will have their country. It won't happen if they will not have the Holocaust. It's horrible. But for the spirit as eternity, the spirit is coming to play a role, to be part of something. The spirit of people that were in the Holocaust agreed to be in this event. They could choose not to come there. They wanted to be part of it. Doesn't matter that they suffer in the moment. Doesn't matter what happened. They wanted to be part of this thing. And it changed the whole world. Now, Jewish people for 2,000 years were wandering, being kicked out and suffer had no strength and no rights all over the world. It doesn't matter, it's not just because they're Jewish, just because it's a group of people that has no choice and no rights, were victims. And then something happened that made them very, very, horribly victims. But this was turn of event because then they found a country where they could be strong. Now, for example, you're asking about this, Israel still carry very strong energy of victim. Because all these Jewish people, if it's not them, it's their, like the father, mother, brother. So they're still fighting the thing of being a victim. But everything that happened in the world has a reason. And it's part of a plan. Even when it looks like a chaos, it's not chaos. It's all because of a reason. So, sometimes through a disease, like you get very sick, you actually turn and do something different. I know many people that they did all kind of things. They got very sick and then suddenly they saw, oh, I need to change my life. So sometimes through big things that happen in a planet, it's a disease. We have a disease in the planet. To cure it, you can cure it by just not doing anything. So it needs to go out. It's like if you have infection, the infection needs to go out so you can heal it. We have a lot of abuse on this planet. We have a lot of people that have no rights. We have a lot of things that goes wrong all over the planet. It's not going to be fixed by we sitting like this and well, who cares? It's there, not here. Africa, everybody's dying. What do I care? I'm in America. It's like the whole body. If my kidneys are sick and my whole body will say, who cares? It's my kidneys. What do I care? I'm a heart, I'm liver or whatever. Sooner or later, what happened to my kidneys will affect all my body. This is what happened now. So it's surfacing more and more and affecting more and more the world, so the world will start acting out and heal it. Answer?
Excellent.
Do you feel like your love life is a broken record? I believe the issues lovers have in relationships are the result of past life experiences. Together we will journey into your past to bring the power of love and trust back into your present. Join me for a past life reading and discover the healing power within you. Unlock the secrets of your soul at the Calypso Shah Spiritual Center. Call us to book an appointment today at 561-808-9108.
Emotional hoarding is a serious issue. Your body, mind, and soul need to be cleared from previous traumas in order to make room for happiness. If you are feeling lost, stuck, or confused, you could be experiencing a past life blockage that must be cleared. Calypso's intuitive abilities as a medium releases all baggage stemming from your past. Don't let another day hold you from happiness. Why haven't you called yet? Call today. 561-808-9108. Life contains all the natural elements of earth, wind, light, water, combined with the inner soul we all have. By bringing light to your past lives, you can improve and enhance your present and future. Introducing Calypso Shah, a spiritual healer who will help you overcome personal fears, addictions, and blockages by discovering the cause of them from past life traumatic events.
I am here to help you to find the origin of your problems from past lifetime that are affecting this lifetime.
Okay. So going back to past lives. Now you answered this a little bit before, but I guess this separates it. How can a person tell if an issue in their life is their own, as in a problem going on in their everyday life, and caused by something in this life, or if it's a residual problem from a previous life?
Very good question. Okay. So usually problem that is from past lifetime is something that has no explanation. Especially from a childhood, like if you are scared from water, if you fear something that you never experienced in your life, and nobody even told you, okay. I will give example. Can I share something about you that?
Yes, sure.
Okay. So to explain the thing about children that are scared from something that they never lived. Leo, when he started talking, it was around 2. We lived in the desert of Israel at that time. Whenever I gave him bath, he said, the shark will come and eat me. And it was very weird. I was already channeling, already working with people, and it was very weird because we didn't talk about sharks. We didn't have any experience with sharks. We lived in the desert. I mean, it's not even like, oh, you heard on the news something happened. And he insisted, and he was crying, and he was scared from water. And obviously, then I remembered when we did session when I was pregnant with another lady. She's a medium and channeler. And we saw that he was a sailor in many lifetimes. And he drowned in it. Obviously, if you were a sailor for many lifetimes, you had all kind of accidents or death in water. So this was one of them. When he was 5, he started bringing books about sharks, and it was like a way how you were working your way, this trauma that you had. So this is a very obvious story about past lifetime. So if you have from childhood fear or something that you are attracted very strongly, places that you want to be, and then it goes through your life, and it's not something you can explain. It's not something understandable. When I think about Europe, it's not something that I can explain. I'm attracted to Europe, like, just feel home. I feel home in Europe. I didn't live in this lifetime in Europe. I just went to Europe a few times in my life, into one airport, and then I left, So I think this is something that is not usual and not connected to your life that you feel. Usually is past lifetime. It could be something else, but this is very obvious. Okay.
Thank you. So, do we make decisions about our next lifetime? Or for that matter, do we make decisions about this lifetime beforehand?
Yes. When you die and your spirit go to the spiritual world, you there, I can't say sit because it's not sitting, but you are talking, communicating with other spiritual beings that are on your side. Like I said, teachers and guides and God and angels, all kind of the group of people. Maybe the one that talk with you and help you is one person represent them. I'm not sure exactly, but you're working with somebody to see all your life. So today that we have TV, it's very easy to explain. You see your life like in a movie. Like you say all your life. You see all your lives as well. And you know what needs to be worked. It's like now you're saying, oh, well, this has happened, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, now I want to work on something. And then you make a decision, which one of the things you need to work. You know what, you understand what is the thing that need to be worked. The connection to the family that you left, friends that you left behind. What do you need to do? Sometimes a spirit will choose to stay next to a family member to help them for a long time. For us, it's a long time. For them, it's seconds, because the spirit is a second. If you want to come to the next lifetime, you have to plan it. There is a very specific plan. You need to come in a specific date. So the stars and everything will influence you. You have to come to the specific country, the specific parents, to the specific situation in the world that will affect you and will help you to work your things. And then you can help to the world. Even many people don't think that they do much, but even by being in this time and being normal at that time, it's already something affect the whole world. So yes, you plan now. By you doing your work and improving your life, you actually add information for the next lifetime, right?
Right.
Because everything that now you put in your computer screen will affect your next lifetime. Make sense?
Yes.
Good.
Okay. If I cannot remember my past lives, have I lost all that I've learned?
No. Okay. So the fact that you don't remember past lifetime doesn't affect anything. It's just you're not consciously aware of what you had in past lifetime. And anyway, because we repeat over and over things, so many times you relive what you did in past lifetime naturally. You don't even think about it. You do things like you're a child. So you don't remember that in past lifetime you had a very bad relationship with your partner. But when you get to a moment that you have to choose partner, you're doing something you did maybe 200 years ago. It was maybe different clothing and different environment, maybe even in another country, but you did the same thing. So we are subconsciously using all this information, but we're not aware. And if we start remembering, it's better, because then we can be more in control. But no matter if you remember it or not, you have it there. You didn't lose it.
Right. So, and in a way, it's even better that you forget, so that you don't avoid situations that you need to learn.
Yes and no. Because if you don't remember, sometimes you can get stuck. Like I say, if you fear something. Okay, I fear success. I'm one of millions of people that fear success. It doesn't look like this, I feel like I want to succeed, but I fear success. Why do I fear success? I don't know. It doesn't look even normal. Why do I fear success? But if I go to past lifetime, which I did, and I remember that when I was very successful in past lifetime, it was two issues. Or I was successful means I was myself, and people couldn't understand me and rejected me because they call me witch and they call me all kind of things. Or I was a queen or a leader, and I was lonely because the leader, and even now is lonely, but in that time I was even more lonely because people all wanted to take your place, or you couldn't reach them. You're the queen or the king or whatever, and everybody's just serving you. So I have this kind of two things in my life that every time that I try, I get almost to a success, I pull myself out of this. I'm scared, but okay, so I'm more and more aware, so it's good. But if you don't even know why you're scared, you can fix it. So there is a balance between not knowing so you can do your work properly, than not knowing and being completely blind and you walk in the dark. Okay?
Calypso, as we're coming close to this question and answer session, and I think that you've cleared up a lot of questions as to what past life readings are about. As a last word here by you, and I know that you are a teacher, you want to teach people on how to do this.
No.
It isn't just about calling up and getting a reading,
Right.
because a reading becomes ineffective if you don't understand what it is that you're telling them.
Right.
As a closing statement, what would you say to somebody who calls you and says, you know, my life is upside down, I can't seem to hold on to a relationship, and yada, yada, yada? How would you educate somebody so that they can learn to do what you are actually trying to teach people?
Well, if somebody come to a session with me, somebody wants to come and hear what I have to say. Sometimes people say, just I want to know different things, I want to know future, I want to know about my brother, father, husband, whatever. And I'm saying, okay, look, we're going to say that, but now I want to understand what the base of everything, how you got to this point. And I always teach people about the qualities. I always explain to them what their qualities, what they can do, what their obstacles. And then we go into past lifetime, connecting with all these people that they want to know about, their issues. So for me, a session is not just saying things, it's explaining. I tell you something and I want to explain to you why, and I want you to understand and be with it and take it and do something with it. Okay?
Perfect.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Calypso. We appreciate all of your wisdom.
Thank you very much.
And thank you to the viewers who were watching us and listening. And hopefully everyone will be blessed. And is there anything you want to say?
God bless. That's what I have to say.
Excellent. All right. We'll see you next week.
And see you next week. Yeah.
Thanks for listening to Boca Soul, featuring Calypso, brought to you by the Calypso Shah Spiritual Center in Boca Raton, specializing in past lives readings, astrology, plus energy healing, event planning, and more. Calypso Spiritual Center, where you discover the beauty of your soul. Call 561-808-9180 to make your appointment. And tune in again next week for more Boca Soul. The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were...
Do you feel like your love life is a broken record? I believe the issues lovers have in relationships are the result of past life experiences. Together we will journey into your past to bring the power of love and trust back into your present. Join me for a past life reading and discover the healing power within you. Unlock the secrets of your soul at the Calypso Shah Spiritual Center. Call us to book an appointment today at 561-808-9108.
Emotional hoarding is a serious issue. Your body, mind, and soul need to be cleared from previous traumas in order to make room for happiness. If you are feeling lost, stuck, or confused, you could be experiencing a past life blockage that must be cleared. Calypso's intuitive abilities as a medium releases all baggage stemming from your past. Don't let another day hold you from happiness. Why haven't you called yet? Call today. 561-808-9108. Life contains all the natural elements of earth, wind, light, water, combined with the inner soul we all have. By bringing light to your past lives, you can improve and enhance your present and future. Introducing Calypso Shah, a spiritual healer who will help you overcome personal fears, addictions, and blockages by discovering the cause of them from past life traumatic events.
I am here to help you to find the origin of your problems from past lifetime that are affecting this lifetime.